this weekend or this evening, depending on when you watch this, when this is uploaded, we have NXT Takeover Toronto during SummerSlam weekend.
Yep.
And we're going to run down the card here, starting with the women's match, Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae.
Yes, so now Io Shirai is now she turned heel after I believe that she lost a championship match or a number one contenders match. I can't recall exactly, but basically she snapped and she beat the ever living crap out of Candice LeRae, and and I'm so excited that they added a second women's match here. And to be perfectly honest, I'm way more excited about this match than I am for the NXT women's title match, just because with in regards to like Shayna Baszler and like Mia Yim, I have seen this match over and over again, and I believe Shayna just has beaten her with an inch of her life every single match. It's just there is very little intrigue there for me. I personally wanted to see Shayna and Io at a takeover, or how even a Candice LeRae or someone else. Just like I mean, I definitely feel that this is going to be a show stealing match here.
Could be. For me, in regards to Shayna Baszler, Mia Yim, or I say that right?
Mia Yim.
Yim. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm intrigued to see Mia on the big stage.
Yeah.
So I'm interested, but I do slightly more interested in the Io Shirai Candice LeRae match, because it's just that feud, because it's going to be a pro Candice crowd, because everybody loves Candice. Yep. And then Io Shirai's got that heat, so it should be a good
it would not surprise me.
Reaction.
Would not surprise me at all if this is one of the best women's matches probably since Sasha versus Bayley. Like, I feel like that
it could, yeah,
that these two can really have something really close to that. I mean, it's going to be a fantastic match. I mean, I just wish that either one of these women were actually in a title match, just because. I
feel like maybe going the next.
Yeah, I mean,
I
feel like that like
probably the winner.
More so, the winner of this is probably going to be probably the number one contender, especially if like Shayna gets called up or whatever as they head into the Fox deal.
Who do you think wins?
I'm going with Io Shirai here.
It's a tough one, yeah.
But I can see.
You have Candice get the babyface win, because
you could.
You probably know better than I.
Mm-hmm.
Is she be getting beat down week in, week out?
Yeah. I haven't been watching consistently either. I just been keeping up, but just based off of the spoilers, like, she's been getting beat down a lot.
Candice.
Yes, but I mean, like, I can see either one winning here, but as currently, I'm going to be
trying
leaning,
to keep the heat on here.
I want them like to kind of slide right where I'm Shayna Baszler is right now, and I think that's probably the way that you should go.
Yeah, I was torn. I'm thinking, do you get the baby face to overcome? But thinking about it, I'm going to go with Io too, because if they call Shayna up, and let's get into let's just talk about the women's championship match now.
Yeah.
If they call her up after SummerSlam, going into Fox, then I wouldn't be surprised. Does Mia take it?
I say no. Although it does really seem like that
or to keep Shayna with the title and she can do the double
I
TV.
I personally would not have her lose here. Just because like Mia has like lost so many times to her that I'm not sure. I'm not sure Shayna losing here particularly looks good. Just because I mean it just like
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think that it should happen. Just Mia has just like she has not won enough in my opinion because even to before this she was losing pretty regular to a Bianca Belair, who I still feel should have won that title on a WrestleMania weekend, and them kind of not putting that title on her, I think eliminated a lot of possible matchups with that.
I think
with that title picture.
Shayna has the Ronda Rousey effect that she's so bad, in the good type of bad.
She's a very good heel.
She's a heel. She's stoppable. You need to build somebody up, and it's enough.
And honestly, I felt like that the absolute perfect. Since they didn't put the title on Bianca, I felt that two really good possibilities would have been either Io or Candice. Actually,
I just, no offense to who did you say you wanted? Bianca. I threw it blank. I just couldn't see her beating Shayna. Like, for me, it didn't seem right at the time.
I mean,
should Bianca be a champion? Probably, but I just don't see her beating Shayna.
I think that at the time that they probably should have, just because she was really over, she was really hot at the time, into you really didn't have any other feuds for Shayna outside of Io. So I'm asking myself, okay, so you don't put the title on Bianca, you don't put the title on Io, so now we're going to her versus me again. It just felt really underwhelming, and it pains me to say that because I am a really big fan of like Mia Yim, but it's just like they kind of hooked themselves into a corner here where now they really don't have any challengers left for Shayna Baszler. So I really like NXT's product, but they really butchered this year.
Could they have Shayna win? Could they somehow finagle a triple threat match with? I'm just trying to fantasy book in my head here. Mm-hmm. Shayna versus Io versus Candice, and that way, if they can take the title off of Shayna without her getting pinned.
Well, if
they continue the feud between Io and Candice, because I feel like this can't be just a one-off.
It's hard to say, but based on how Triple H books, he doesn't really like hot-shotting stuff. He doesn't really like doing what typically Vince does. If something is not currently advertised, typically he's not going to just do an impromptu match. So
no. I'm not talking about during this.
I'm
talking about down the road if Shayna retains,
tapings, yeah,
and then get that in, so that way Shayna can lose without getting pinned. She could still make her look strong, and then you continue that Sarai Candice feud because it's over the title. Maybe Io pulls one out on Candice, and then you maybe do that for maybe a Survivor Series, build that, or maybe a Royal Rumble, whatever. Maybe build that to one of those big that takeover and Mania weekend. Candice maybe gets that victory.
I mean,
I don't know if you can pull that out that long. That's the only problem.
I think that is stretching it a little bit too long. Just because
you do that for like a Rumble weekend, maybe.
I mean, I feel like if WWE did not have their Fox deal coming up, they would have been all for that. But with that being the case, in more specifically with Fox, they want a more sport oriented program.
Mm-hmm.
They want Shayna Baszler. Like she
unless she can do double duty,
which probably would not be a bad idea. I'm just
until she loses. But then again, it's all speculation at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably where they should go if Shayna were to retain. Just because I feel like you can't really hotshot this because
No, you're not gonna, no.
because currently they don't have any top baby faces right now. Who can currently, in my opinion, beat Shayna.
And that's why I feel like a triple threat would be good because that way you can't. It's not 1-on-1, and like if I look at Candice and I look at Shayna, in the shoot, and you ask me who I think is going to win. Well, I mean, Shayna all the way.
Well, pretty much anyone outside of like Ronda. I mean,
right?
Like,
if you had Shayna versus Ronda, that's just MMA. Beat the crap out of you type of fight.
Even Shayna versus Charlotte, like Shayna would kick her ass. I mean, like it's just in a prototypical shoot. She's going to beat every woman who comes face to face.
In a shoot. In a non-shoot, you said Charlotte. I can buy it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Even a Becky because of the attitude, the no craps given thing, which I wouldn't mind seeing eventually.
Hell, a match between her and Asuka would have been really interesting because both of them work really stiff. So I mean that would have been.
It would be
very interesting.
I want to see that now.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anywho, let's move on. To the NXT Tag Team Championship, we got the Street Profits, who are the champions, versus the Undisputed Era,
which will be Kyle O'Reilly, which will be Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish since
Roderick Strong's fighting for the North American Championship. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. For this match, I'm excited, but I'm kind of like not excited. I guess I just want a different. I want a different team, or like not specifically talking about the Street Profits, but the Undisputed Era is in yet again another title match. Like these, and that is no disrespect to these guys at all, but how many title matches can these guys possibly get? But the only reason why I'm not completely burying this is because it is a very fresh matchup here. So,
yes.
So I can't criticize that, but I am getting a little bit tired of them constantly being in the tag team title hunt here.
I just want to say how watching NXT, I'm not up to date as I should be. I want to, but like just doesn't fit. It's just not in my schedule. Like if that makes sense. And I should get it back in.
Yeah.
But watching the Street Profits overall, just backstage, they've won me over. It's entertaining.
Montez Ford has so much charisma.
The other person is his name's slipping.
And Angelo Angelo Dawkins.
His gimmick when he was solo, when he first started he was I didn't like it. It was annoying me. It was like old man screaming at clouds. He was doing the stir up. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But then they paired him up. Still didn't get one over, but then the charisma, it's just so good. Like, I can't deny it. It's just, okay, you're entertained.
Montez Ford is
he's the star.
Is the star of this tag team. Like he has singles potential. Like when they eventually separate these guys, he has that potential. He's very athletic. He's obviously, he has a very good look, and
he can talk.
And he could talk. And like, hey Vince, you can push black wrestlers. It's not a crime to push black wrestlers outside of Kofi Kingston. Sorry, had to say that. But yeah, I mean,
New Day.
Yeah, well, I'm talking more.
I know.
More singles.
I just want
more
to
singles.
bring that up.
But
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah. For this match, it should be a very good match. I'm hoping that they keep these tag titles on the Street Profits. I want to see them get a more lengthy title reign. I do not want them to be on the main roster. That scares me. Just
too late.
Yeah. Well, like, actually being on there, actually competing.
I know.
Like, that scares me, just because look at what has happened to the War Raiders.
I knew that was coming.
To the War Raiders.
Ooh.
Look what has happened to such teams such as more specifically NXT tag teams, American Alpha, the Revival, your former boys, if you recall,
Ascension.
The Ascension, who were an incredibly over tag team,
AOP,
and them taking away Paul Ellering. I just still to this day, I do not understand that he was such a huge part of their characters. They're like, oh yeah, we don't need him. I'm like what? So it's just
to play slightly devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
and I see the silver lining in everything type of person that I am when it comes to wrestling. At least with the Revival, they gave him the title. They've been doing stuff.
Yep.
It's probably because they wanted to keep him, but regardless, they did it.
Yep.
Who else? Ascension gone.
Buried.
AOP kind of still hurt. Somebody still hurt.
No, they are.
They just don't have anything.
They are back. They are currently back at like Titus Catering right now.
Good food.
Yeah.
How else did you mention? I can't think of. It's still
American Alpha. Before,
that's that. Well, that's
yeah,
where I was done.
Yeah. But
I can't think. They're doing. Yeah, I was thinking of the club, but that was never NXT.
Yeah. But
anyways,
but the whole point in this is like that unlike with WWE's main roster, NXT takes their tag teams seriously. They give them storylines. They give them TV time, and more importantly, they don't overexpose these guys. So I mean, like, and whenever the Street Profits are on TV, they always maximize every single second that they have on there. They are incredibly over. I mean, like, just with their entrances alone, that audience just erupts just every single time. So, I mean, I'm going to pick. I am going to pick the Street Profits here. And I'm hoping that they do win, and I'm hoping that they have a very lengthy title run.
If Undisputed Era wins, and this kind of almost spoilers discussion for the rest of them, but if Undisputed Era wins, whoever wins first, does Undisputed Era take all the gold, or do they take all the gold? Do some of them have it, or do none of them have it by the end of the night? I
think, actually, this is what I think happens. I think all of them win, because I do think that that Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano I think is going to end, and I think that they want to do Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream. That's going to be the next world that's going to be the next NXT Championship title feud. That's kind of how I'm currently seeing things. I'm like before this takeover card, I thought for certain that it was definitely going to be Matt Riddle, but I feel like after his comments,
it's like, hey buddy, calm down a little bit.
Yep, about Goldberg, that this is like Triple H's version of punishing him for just pretty much just like saying too much, but I have a friend who knows Riddle, and basically he said, you know what, this is pretty much what he told management. There was like, hey, I'm going to say kind of whatever that I currently want to say, but in this instant it got him probably a title match revoked, because I definitely believe
it's common.
Well, yeah, but I believe though that they were definitely planning on doing him versus Adam Cole for this takeover.
It's just like, hey, stop.
Yep.
Stop. Calm down. You can do what you do, but calm down. Moving on to the North American Championship, we have a triple threat with Roderick Strong of Undisputed Era versus Pete Dunne and your champion, Velveteen Dream. And yes, I said it because I had to, because I was reading that.
He finally said his name.
It was forced.
I've been trying to get
I would not say his name.
To say Velveteen Dream for what, the last
year or
2 or 3 years now, since the Velveteen Dream has debuted, and like he still has his vendetta against him because of like Patrick Clark from Tough Enough. He was too arrogant, apparently.
I didn't like him.
Huh?
I didn't like him. If I was there next to him, I would have a bad impression, and I did.
Well, the perspective I took was he was one of the few guys who's actually taking it seriously, and not guys who was that like fat dude who
I want him to win just to spite everybody.
Alligators like
I think they kept him on just because of his character.
Oh, absolutely did. But like that whole thing was just like, and it was bad when he's the only man who, like, because I recall one episode vividly where they asked about specific shows, about the history of wrestling, and no, it's not just not just being a like a nerd or something like that, but it's actually showing, hey, I have passion for this business, and I feel like that is kind of what the whole entire point of that was like, hey, how seriously are you taking this? And like he was one of the few people who I felt was taking it seriously,
True. I'm not dissing his in-ring abilities. Let me tell you. Who am I to say anything, because I can't do that. But I just had the gimmick of trying not to say his name just to spite you. And I finally did, because, well, I had to.
Okay.
Anyhow.
This match. I'm really excited about this. This is probably outside of Io Shirai and Candice is probably the match I am most looking forward to. I mean, just like you like add Pete Dunne and Roderick and Roderick Strong to any match, it's going to deliver.
If this doesn't still a show, I will walk to Toronto.
I think that this will indeed be the match of the night too. It just all three of these guys are just way too talented. Triple H is going to be giving these guys a ton of time.
Here's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, I mean, that will not be an issue whatsoever. So I'm really looking forward to.
That's going to be so hard hitting and just.
Yep.
Mauro Vernara is just going to
He's
jump out of his.
To be losing his voice a lot during this.
We're going to have a Mamma Mia count.
Yep.
He's just be jumping up and down, going crazy. It's going to be hilarious. Do you think the Dream, purposely not saying it this time, retains?
No, I think that the title is going on to Roderick Strong, as I said a few minutes ago.
I'll agree with that.
Just because I feel like that they want to elevate Velveteen Dream to the NXT title picture, and I believe he's held the title for 8 months now, give or take. Something like that. Because
decent time.
Yeah, because I believe when you and I went to the NXT house show, which I believe that was in January or December, somewhere around there. So he's been champion for at least 8 months now. So I think now is a good time. Now I would not at all have him pinned here. I think you cannot. If he does lose this year, you cannot have him pinned. Vince would probably have him pinned here because hell, you know, we don't want guys looking good and all, but yeah, so should be a really, really good match, and I am picking Roderick Strong to pin Pete Dunne and become the new NXT North American champion.
Agreed. Moving on quickly to the NXT Women's Championship. We covered this. We talked about this earlier. Shayna Baszler, your champion, versus Mia Yim.
Yeah. Just looking short and sweet here. I'm going to pick Shayna Baszler. She'll win via probably via chokeout. That's.
Yeah. We covered that.
Yeah, yes.
We talked about the whole scenarios. Main event time. We have your NXT Championship, 2 out of 3 falls. Almost like a 3 stages of hell, but not 3 stages of hell.
Yeah.
First match will be just a classic match, a regular 1-on-1. Then the second fall being a street fight.
Yep.
And then the third fall will be determined by Regal, which pretty much tells me that it's probably going to be 3. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah.
And this match is, obviously, we talked about it, Johnny Gargano versus your champion, Adam Cole. Baby.
Dropping my phone here. I mean, I really want to be excited about this match, but this is their third or
it's probably the third.
Yeah,
it's probably when you do a match like this. This is the third thing. It's still going to be good.
I mean, it's going to be a really good match. I just don't really care about this match. It's just because they have done a 2 out of 3 falls match. They have done a street fight. I mean, they've done everything possible to each other.
They're combining the two.
And they are combining the two that they can possibly do. I really wanted a different challenger for Adam Cole here. I mean, I don't know how you don't have Adam Cole retain here. Because if Johnny wins, then then obviously this is going to continue. Which by God, that's the absolute last thing that I currently want. But another thing that I was also thinking about too, if they decide to have Velveteen Dream retain his title, do we see Tommaso Ciampa after Adam Cole beats Johnny Gargano? I think that is a real possibility. I think, and I do feel that eventually, and honestly, now that I'm currently thinking about it, it's kind of make me change my pick now for the North American Championship. So
that's always the wild card.
Yeah, so it definitely, I think Ciampa is definitely the wild card here.
Do I want to see Gargano, Ciampa
No,
again.
no. Adam Cole.
Adam Cole and Ciampa.
Adam Cole versus Ciampa is the match.
I misunderstood.
If he's healthy, if he's healthy, that is the match.
That's the big thing. I
Yeah.
misinterpret you.
Yep.
But up and down, it should be solid. Looking forward to it this Saturday on the WWE Network.